Okay. Ghostbusters. Movie trailer has just dropped. And okay, before I start, so I just want to say, if you're hating this movie just because it's an all-female cast, fuck you. That is just borderline stupid. Go fuck yourself. That I get it. Oh, they're just remaking the movie with an all-female. Yeah, but if that's your main freaking problem, grow the fuck up. Having said that, I did not like this trailer. And it's pretty much cemented the fact that I don't want to watch this movie. I know. Hold on. So yeah, even back then when the movie was, announced, again, I didn't give two shits about the fact, oh, it's an all-female cast. The point that I freaking hated about, this announcement and the movie coming out was, hey, we're gonna remake a freaking time-honored classic for money. Essentially, that's what they were trying to say, for money. And what you're telling me, oh, but it's not a remake, it's a reboot. Really? The plot is the exact same. The characters are carbon copies. The insignias, the car, everything looks the exact same. No, this is a remake. A cash grab remake that is pretty much just piggybacking on nostalgia, and not good nostalgia, because essentially what it's trying to tell you is, hey, you want to watch this movie? You want to watch another Ghostbusters? Hey, yeah, you like that, don't you? You want to watch Ghostbusters? Well, here's Ghostbusters. That's not Ghostbusters. No, it has Ghostbusters. It has the Ghostbusters sign. It has everything it has ghosts, and they got busters. Hey, what more do you want? I want the original comedy. I want the original writers. What? Now, one big difference I noticed between this and the original was tone. And comedic tone, to be exact. So yeah, what made Ghostbusters 1 so amazing was it was hilarious. It was comedic as hell, but it never left the realm of like realism. What I mean by that, it's like, oh, what I mean by that is essentially the jokes weren't forced. The jokes were natural. Everything was natural. The characters were naturally funny. Venkman was an asshole, but we loved it because he was a sarcastic asshole. Ray was dumb, but he was lovable. Egon was such a nerd. He would nerd out so much that we would just laugh at just how crazy he was. And Winston is the everyman, the kind of character we can relate to. Because, we're not all crazy-ass, wild-eyed scientists. Whereas this film, yeah, all the characters seem a little off their rocker. They seem a little insane. And what I mean by that is they're all very eccentric. And that, again, different comedy type. It's very in your face. It's like they're trying to perform. For who? Because obviously they're not trying to break the fourth wall. But you can tell that the characters are trying to be funny. They're trying to be goofy. They're trying to mess around. Regardless of that, going back to the point, this movie looks exactly the same. The characters are pretty much the same characters from the first movie. Melissa McCarthy is essentially playing Ray. Kristen Wiig is essentially playing Venkman, just a little more understated. Kate McKinnon's pretty much Egon, just a little more goofier. And Leslie Jones is pretty much Winston. Now, one thing I did want to point out, the trailer, okay, this movie is trying to be, a reboot. I get that. But the beginning of the trailer was like 30 years ago. There was a group of scientists who'd like, okay, what the hell are you doing? This is really what pushed me to the edge saying, oh, this is essentially a cash grab. Because, hey, you remember the original movie? Huh? You remember the original movie. Well, here's a new plot. So it's a sequel. No, it's a reboot. Then why the hell would you even try to mention the original? To me, this movie's trying to be its own thing, but shoving that kind of information in people's faces, it's like, hey, remember the original? Yeah, you're reminding me to go watch that instead of this. And that's the whole time I was watching it, that's the vibe I got. I was like, you know what, screw this, I want to watch the original. And it's just, it wasn't, at least in their stance, it wasn't smart to do that. They're trying to make a new franchise out of this. Stop trying to shove the old franchise in our faces because we're just going to prefer that instead. So yeah, having said all that, this looks a lot better than I thought it would. But that's not saying much. The point of this trailer was supposed to be, to hook me in, to get me, excited to watch this movie. Granted, I wasn't excited to begin with, but it was, I was hoping that at least, maybe it could change my mind. And it did. I mean, I'll watch the movie, but I'm not going to watch it in theaters. I'm not going to go out of my way. I'm not going to spend money to watch this movie. I'm going to probably watch this down the line, like on a streaming service or something. Like, it looks interesting, but it's... The whole time I was just thinking cash grab, remake, cash grab, remake, cash grab. Oh my god, why are you watching this? Why don't you just watch the originals? Because they seem so much better than this. So yeah, a movie that's pretty much banking on pure nostalgia, I mean, essentially that's what they're doing, is really just making me want to watch the originals and not give this movie even a fair shot. Again, I will eventually. I would like to watch it. It's just, it's so abundantly obvious that all they give a shit about is your money. Because they changed absolutely nothing. They just repackaged it. And I'm not buying. Well, that's the video. And if you're excited for this, let me know in the comments below. I may not be excited, but hell, maybe you are. And also, if you're agreeing with me, if you freaking hate it, let me know why. Now, I just want to point out again, if you're hating this movie just because it's an all-female cast, grow the fuck up. That is a bullshit reason, and you fucking know it. I agree to the point where people say, oh, they pretty much just remade this movie just because they just wanted to have an all-female cast. I can see that argument, but I'm not going to hate the movie just because of that. There are plenty of other reasons to hate this movie, and that's not one of them. Again, that's just the trailer. This is nothing. I'm not saying anything bad about the finished product. Maybe the finished product's amazing, but it just seems like it's Bridesmaids 2.0 with Ghostbusters. Just the whole Ghostbusters, just paint job. Paul Feig, I love you. You're greatest Tim in heavyweights, but this, at least comedy-wise, sorry, man. You're not going to get a buy from me. Regardless of all that, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.